Hello everybody, this is Jenny McGarvey and I am going to share with you today a look at the Sweet Stamp Shop on Cherry Street Reflections Kit. Now, a couple of weeks ago I shared with you the Summertime Lovin' Kit and showed you in depth all of the bits and pieces that come in that kit, and that was very fun and very exciting. Well, this month we have a bonus kit as well, which is a personal reflection. You get all of the same great little bits, pieces, cards, stamps that come in the regular kit, but this is just a bonus. So now I want to share with you all of the pieces, including I wanted to show just what everything looked like right outside of the package. Now, if you watched last month's video, I actually left it in the packaging and took it out. As I mentioned in that video, I believe that leaving the items in the packaging is a little bit distracting when I take the things out. So I did go ahead and take them out this month, but I've left them all laid out so that you can see right when you open your own kit what it'll look like. Now I'm going to go ahead, these are the 4x6 cards. I'm going to move them out of the way just for a moment. Here is the backing that comes in the package. So you'll open your package, which will look very much like this. And you can see the bonus card that was included in this kit this month. Now hopefully you can get a good look at that. Look like a girl, act like a lady, think like a man, work like a boss. Now all you have to do is go ahead and just use your paper trimmer or your scissors and cut that right out, and you have an extra added card that is just a bonus for you. Now I'm going to go ahead and share with you the 4x6 cards, which are fantastic this month. Now this card I'm really a big fan of. It's like the last month's card, if you'll recall, on the white back with the light gray anchors. I really like it because it's very neutral and very pattern specific, but it's just perfect. Now this one has the added bonus of having the bright orange right now, which I really am digging. You are enough, excited about, pretty sure, worried I'm, laughed when, in love with, ready to. This giant heart, which is so cute because hopefully you can see this in the video, that the colors are extraordinary and I really like those a lot. I want you to know me so you never feel alone. Now what's cool about this card, and then there is also a stamp that goes with that as well, is that it's really about you, you know? Right now, a personal reflection on, and then the date. So now those are cool. And as you can see, it's a really bright and fun color scheme this month. You have an orange, a red, a lime green, a teal, and a lavender, and then also with little bits of yellow and gray worked in there as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and move those right out of the way so that we can go ahead and take a look at the 3x4 cards. Now, what I'm really excited about the 3x4 cards is that they're very, very basic and plain, but super fun, if that makes sense. So you can absolutely dress these up or leave them as basic as you want to. Now, just a nice polka dot. Hopefully you can tell it's a teal with a light blue, lime green with a light yellow, yellow with the yellow, kind of an orchid with a very light lavender, red with a pink. With the right music, you either forget everything or remember everything. At times, our own light goes out and is unkindled by a spark, or is rekindled, excuse me, by a spark from another person. Each one of us has cause to think deep gratitude of those who have lighted the flame within us. The graphics on this are super cute, and the fonts that were chosen as well. Follow your heart, but take your brain with you. I used to walk into a room of people and wonder if they liked me. Now I look around and wonder if I like them. I don't want you to save me. I want you to stand by my side as I save myself. Now this is a nice long quote. For a long time it seemed to me that life was about to begin, real life, but there was always some obstacle in the way, something to be gotten through first, some unfinished business, time still to be served, a debt to be paid. Then life would begin. At last it dawned on me that these obstacles were my life. This perspective has helped me see there is no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. Happiness is a journey, not a destination. Nothing worth having comes easy. Be open to whatever comes next. And don't forget you're human. Now there's a super cool quote on here that I really like a lot. It's okay to have a meltdown, just don't unpack and live there. Cry it out and then refocus on where you're headed. Pretty awesome advice, huh? Okay, so those are all the cards that come in the kit. As you can see here, there are 14 of the 3x4 cards. And then, let's see, how many of those? I think there were 6. Correct, 6 4x6. So they're really packed full of cards this month. And as you can see, you have the 5 very neutral ones, but then the rest of them are super awesome. Now we also are receiving a bunch of fun little dyed buttons that coordinate beautifully with this kit. A lot of different colors that, as you can see, I'm laying them out. They really go super well with the colors that are included in the kit, and they really match well as also. Now, last but not least, the stamp set. Now, as you can see from that I'm holding this back, the stamps, there are many stamps this month. 14 stamps on this little 3x4 thing. So that is so cool, right? Now, it's perfect for really sort of journaling, in-depth journaling, great prompts for you to get out your feelings, type out who you really are, hand journal, just your thoughts right now. So right now, a personal reflection on, and then the date. So hopefully you can see that right there, how great that is. And I'm going to go ahead and use one of the backs of these so that you can really get a good look at this stamp set. I hope that you have enjoyed this look at the special edition of the Sweet Stamp Shop on Cherry Street kit for August, a special kit, Reflections. It's very fun, and hope you have enjoyed it. You can receive your own copy or order your own copy at sweetstampshop.com and look under the On Cherry Street kits. Thank you so much for stopping by and taking a look. I'm going to go ahead and get into my insert for my birthday week of Project Life. So let's go ahead and pack that up so that we can get right down to business with that. Okay, so let's get started on the insert that I'm going to create using the Reflections kit. Now, as you can see, I have a American Crafts page protector at 6x12, and it's divided into 3 4x6 portions. I already have some photos printed, so I'm going to go ahead and get those laid out how I'm kind of feeling like I might use them. I printed 4 photos, 2 3x4s and 2 4x6s. And as you can see, I'm gathering some of the supplies from the kit to go ahead and start putting this all together. I'm picking out a few cards that I feel like I might use for this. I ultimately sort of changed my mind a couple of different times in cards that I think that I might use, but that's sort of the fun of doing this, is switching things around, finding out what works, you know, getting little pieces and bits together that go better than maybe what you originally planned, or maybe they're not better, but I just really like it. It's really fun, part of the creative process. Now I wanted to keep this spread, or not spread, but the insert really focused on me, which I do scrap things about myself, but I wanted to really just have this be on focused about me because this insert will go in my birthday week of my project life. So I wanted to take some photos of myself taken over the past year, and so then that would sort of be reflecting on who I am right now, which I feel like a year when you're in your 30s is fairly representative of yourself. And as you can see right there, I'm trying to place that little bit. It was a 4x6 card, and I trimmed it down just to use the phrase. I knew that it might be a little bit more difficult for me to use that 4x6 card because it's vertical, and I don't typically do too many pages with vertical 4x6s. I do have some of those page protectors, but I don't reach for them very often. So I figured it was really honestly just best to trim it up because I did want to use that particular phrase. So I just added it vertically to that photo that I had in the lower part of the front of the insert with my son, and I went ahead and I adhered it. That's how confident I was that I wanted it to be right there. Now I really have 2/3 of the front done. I added just a tiny little enamel dot to that heart, which is so cute. I really like that card a lot. I love what it says. The sentiment is great, but then I also really dig the simplicity of it as well. Now I've pulled out a piece of Nina Solar White cardstock right there. I love using this for stamping. It just works really fantastic. It's a little pricier than the cardstock that you buy at Michael's or at Hobby Lobby, but for me, the results are worth it. I don't typically use it for card bases or anything like that, just because it's a little bit more expensive, but I use it for a lot of stamping and stuff, and I love how it turns out. Now I'm going to trim that up. I have a vision of how I'm going to use this on a piece of 4x6 patterned paper. I don't have any of those from the kit that are going to work, so I'm just going to pull one out from my stash. Now I'm also going to use the scraps and stamp just a tiny little sentiment right on top of that. And that's what's so cool about these particular stamps from this kit, is that they're really not about the stamps at all. It's really just meant to be journaling prompts or, ideas for your projects, and I love that a lot. And so therefore for me, then it does come back onto the stamps, because it's so simple and so perfect, and that's what I really like about this a lot. Now I've put that in the upper left hand corner of that particular photo of myself, and then I'm going to use these basic gray alphabet stickers, and I'm just going to write at 38 in the bottom right hand corner. So that's kind of what this whole insert is about. So I guess theoretically this is sort of an extension of the title, which is what that right now piece at the top that you can see right there is sort of more the title card, but this is also sort of just an extension of that as well. And quite frankly, I guess maybe even taking it a step further, there isn't even really a title card for this whole thing because it's just all about me or whatever. So I'm really keeping it very, very simple, but guess what? All of my pages are really, really simple, so that shouldn't come as a huge surprise. Now I'm going to look through my stash and try to find that 4x6 patterned paper to use in that top insert. I want it to be red, and there you go. I have it right there. It's a piece from a Studio Calico 4x6 patterned paper pad. And I just trimmed the bottom too with my corner punch. It's Creative Memories, super old school, and got that right there in the middle. Now I will add some machine stitching to a few different cards. Once I'm all finished here, I will do it off camera, and you'll be able to see the photos in my blog post. Now I'm going to add a couple of wood veneer sequins. These are by Chic Tags to that top card as well. And I'm just opening it up. This has a great clamshell package that you can keep for storage after you're finished.
opening these, like they don't all fall out or anything like that, which is often a problem with wood veneers. These are the perfect package pretty much, but I do have to remove the staples, and I haven't used this package before. I have a couple of other open ones, but I'm not exactly sure where they are. So anyway, I'm just scattering a couple of these. I really like the wood veneer sequins going with this because they're kind of like me, you know, so the wood veneer, it's sort of no nonsense. It's pretty simple, but then it's also really fun and detailed as well, which I feel like is a pretty good testament to me. Now, as you can see, I'm using my Thermal Web tape runner, the tiny little green one that I use to adhere wood veneer. It works perfectly for me, and I'm using a Wink of Stella brush pen, just the clear one, to add a little bit of glittery goodness to those wood veneer sequins. I, of course, screw it up because I often screw things up. As you can see, I got a little dab of it on the paper, but it doesn't even matter. I'm just using it to color in the sequins, and then I'll get a wipe out and try to wipe it up a little bit. And of course, once it's dried, you can still see it, but it really doesn't make any difference to me that it's there. It's just cute and glittery, so it's fine. Now, like I said, I'll add a little bit of machine stitching to the top and the bottom cards in this front section, and I'm going to go ahead and start working with the back side of this insert. There are 2 more photos that I'll use, just like on the front, and I want to go ahead and add a little bit of stamping to a piece of white cardstock. I'm going to go back through and pull that out, and I want it to be about 5 inches long, using that stamp as sort of a journaling prompt to add a few words about what I'm looking forward to or what I love, in love with. And so I'm going to trim it just a hair shorter than 5 inches so I can go on ahead and adhere it. I really wanted it to, it could have come all the way across. That would have been perfectly fine, but I felt like stopping a little bit short of the photo was sort of how I wanted it to look. Now I'll use my typewriter and break that out and add the journaling right there. I've been kind of wanting to start using my typewriter a little bit more lately. I'd gotten away from that, and I'd been doing pretty much only handwritten journaling, which is fantastic. I love doing that, but I'm going to go with the typewriter for this one. Now I'm going to add a little bit more stamping right onto a piece of cardstock, just so that I can add that to that bottom photo also. Trim it up, make it kind of tiny, just so that it fits well on that particular photo, because again, on 3x4 photos, it can often be hard to add little bits and pieces because 3x4 photos are not very big, and it's not very much real estate to get other things on top of there. But I got it, and it's exactly what I had envisioned, so it will be great. And again, I will use the typewriter just to add the tiniest bit of journaling. Now, not because I don't want to use it, but my handwriting, because I often do, so the handwriting is just fine. Now I'm going to add that 4x6 card, and then the whole thing is pretty much complete. So thanks for watching. You can find all of these at sweetstampshop.com. I am under the On Cherry Street Kits. Thank you.